Do you ever feel like your English just isn't improving? That might be because you don't have good short-term goals. And I want to be very clear. If you are just learning English for fun, you don't need to have short-term goals. You'll probably improve a lot faster if you do, but it's not necessary. However, if you feel like your English isn't improving and you find it difficult to stay motivated, having good short-term goals is really important. I'm Teacher Mike. I help adults like you learn real English that they can use in their daily lives. In this video, I'm going to quickly explain how you can use short-term goals to stay motivated when learning English. So, one thing that I have noticed is that very few people set short-term goals when learning English. Often, the only goals that people have are big long-term goals, like I want to speak just like a native speaker, I want to have perfect grammar, or I want to lose my accent. And the people who only have these big long-term goals are also often the same people who are always complaining that they aren't improving or don't feel motivated. It's really important to understand that when learning a language, we don't improve a lot in just 1 week or just 1 month. Improving a lot takes months or sometimes years, depending what your goals are. So if you only have big, long-term goals that might take several years to achieve, sometimes you're going to study for 1 or 2 years, and you're going to improve a lot, but you're not going to achieve any of your goals. When this happens, many people wrongly believe that they are not improving, and they become disappointed. And this is one of the main reasons why short-term goals are so important. Short-term goals are daily reminders that you are improving, even though you haven't yet achieved a long-term goal. You can't move up a whole level in just 1 day. However, you can learn 10 words in 1 day, and that's really good. That's something that you should be proud of. For someone who doesn't have short-term goals, 10 words is just 10 words, and it might feel like very little. But when you have promised yourself that you are going to learn 10 new words each day, each 10 words is you doing what you said you would do and achieving a small goal. Again, it's a reason to feel proud and positive. Each 10 words is also 1 step closer to something much bigger. By the end of the year, those 10 words each day will add up to 3,650 words, and knowing this can help to keep you motivated. So, how do we choose short-term goals? A good short-term goal is one that you know you can achieve, one that you can measure easily, and one that forces you to be consistent. By consistent, I mean that you do it every day, or almost every day, without ever skipping days. One example of a good short-term goal is, I'm going to read out loud, 20 minutes per day, 5 days per week. That's something that anyone can do. You can measure it easily, and it forces you to be consistent. Even if you have a very busy day, you should always be able to find 20 minutes to practice reading out loud. Other good ones are, I'm going to learn 5 new words 7 days per week. Or, I'm going to review my flashcards for 15 minutes every morning. These two are good for the same reasons. They're easy to do, they're easy to measure, and they force you to be consistent. And remember, if one of your long-term goals is to improve your speaking, one of your short-term goals should include speaking practice, not just listening, writing, and reading. So again, achieving these small short-term goals each week should help to keep you feeling positive and motivated. But what if it doesn't? What if you have been achieving all of your short-term goals for the last 200 days, but you still don't feel like you're improving, or you still don't feel motivated? If that happens, just remind yourself of what you have done in the last 200 days. Remind yourself that by learning 5 new words each day, you have learned 1,000 words that you didn't know before. It doesn't matter how you feel because you have evidence that you are improving. You can't learn 1,000 new words and not improve. That's not possible. Remind yourself that by reviewing your flashcards for 15 minutes every morning, you have spent 50 hours reviewing flashcards. It doesn't matter how you feel because it's impossible to review flashcards for 50 hours and not improve. Also, remember that learning a language is difficult and takes a long time. It's completely normal to feel disappointed sometimes, feel like you're not improving, or even feel like you want to give up. But if you want to avoid those feelings, I highly recommend that you start setting good short-term goals. And if you need some ideas for easy ways to practice English every day, I recommend watching this video right here. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.